All right. Well, I'm going to be playing a new game. It's only 20 minutes long. It's free and it's called Drinks with Abbey, and it's basically a dating simulator at the perspective of a man. And this is gonna be kind of interesting because I'm gonna go on a date with a woman, and this is gonna be the first time and last time ever I'm gonna be on a date with a woman because I'm attracted to guys. Um, and so my friend played it, and he was just like, this is like, if this is dating in the 21st century, that's good that I'm not part of it. But it'd be kind of interesting because, I am a girl myself, so I might be able to kind of woo her a little bit better because, I understand I understand girls relatively well. Okay, I'm going to go with Tyler Durden. No, no. All right, I'm going to go with Max. And sadly, I have to turn off the sound. Like, listen to this song; it's so good. All right, but sadly, I had to turn it off because my microphone is like it wouldn't pick up. So whatever. Okay, Max. Let's go. It's Saturday night. You scan the dimly lit bar, hoping to find her before nerves catch up with reality. Pink sweater, right side, easy enough. She sits cross-legged at a booth, typing on her phone. Abby? She stares at you blankly. Alright, so she stared at you blankly. Sorry, do I know you? Like, what? Oh, she's a lot prettier. Oh god, that's mean. It's Max. The name sounds familiar. I'm kidding, dummy. Wow, okay. In my defense, you're the best actress I've ever seen. Haha. You hang your coat and sit opposite of her. Nice to finally meet you in person. You too. Oh, this is where my friend kind of got messed up on. Okay, you gotta look at her very closely. She's not wearing any earrings. She's wearing a sweater. But wait, she isn't even wearing a sweater. She's wearing like a top. Oh gosh darn it. Well, if she's not wearing either one, she's not wearing earrings, she's not really wearing a sweater, I might say nothing. A waitress appears out of thin air and hovers over Abby. Hey, what can I get for you guys? Whiskey, neat, but I still want one of those little stirring stick straws. That's an interesting order. Okay, and you? What's a PBR? Okay, I'm gonna look that up right now. A blue ribbon is a lot like Pabst Blue Ribbon is a lot like hipsters love it, but everyone else thinks it's liquid shit. Okay, so I don't want Abby to think that I'm a hipster. So okay, hold on. I'm so worried that my microphone's gonna be like. Okay, so I don't want her to think I'm a hipster. All right, what's the safest? Okay, what's a Cosmo? I don't know what a Cosmo is. So I'm gonna look that up. What's a Cosmo? Cocktail mode is, okay. So yeah, it costs like to get a cocktail. So I'll just get the Cosmo because I feel it's kind of like the safest option. I don't want her to think I'm there's kind of a joke with like Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's like it's considered kind of like white trash. Like if Pabst Blue Ribbon like makes people into white trash. So I'm gonna get Cosmo just to be safe. All right, come add a whiskey neat, but be right back with these. Cosmo, huh? Are you about to tell me it's a girly drink? Honestly, I think the idea of a girly and manly drinks is dumb. But I'm way too sober to get into that topic right now. As long as you can keep up with me, I really don't give a shit what you're drinking. Fair enough. So, have you met a lot of people online? Just a few. Same. I thought I was done with dating apps, actually. But the thing in the wanted app, when you only talk to me in person at a time, seems cool. So, because you get a million messages otherwise. Yep. I think it's because of my. She pushes her breast up with both hands. Personality. Okay, what? Okay, my friend was telling me about this. Like, he's like, why has dating come down to this? Like I don't. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't get it. Like, why would you go? I mean, this is a girl with an A cup talking here. So and obviously I'm not that physically attractive at all. So I'm very average looking. It just, why would you, I don't understand. It feels kind of contradictory. Like, this girl, she wants, she's on dates. She wants to meet guys. She wants to have a relationship, hopefully. But why is she kind of using her, like, referring to her breasts like this much? Because when you're on a date, you should want to get to know the person instead of, like, yes, of course, physical appearance isn't there, blah, 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 blah. But if you're just going to, like, okay, I have to word myself very, very carefully because I'm not slut shaming here at all. I'm not body shaming here. Like, it's, nice breasts are no, they're not bad. But if you want a relationship, I think it's important to kind of really, not be overly sexual, because when you're overly sexual, you're going to find the demographic of guys that just want you for sex, even if you want a relationship. So I think it makes more sense if this girl is like kind of more, maybe a bit more modest. Like, again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, she's such a bad person, what a slut. No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if her goal is to have a relationship, I think using her breast to gain attention will be counterproductive towards, this goal that she has, which is to have a relationship. So yeah, okay, again, like yeah, so. Thank you. Finally, we're not all like that. Some of us are actually into your personality. Easy there, fuckboy. I don't even have any drink yet. What? Abby's eyes follow someone behind you. Okay, this girl's not cool. She's not giving me the benefit of the doubt. What do you think of our waitress? What about her? She's pretty cute, right? Oh, come on. Is this girl really testing me? Like, I wish this Abby girl just kind of understood that it's like, I'm trying to be sincere. Like, I'm being upfront with her. I don't want her to think that, oh gosh. Like, okay, Abby, like, I'm Max or whatever, and I told you that I am not always interested. I am interested in, like, like, personality and whatnot. But this girl just kind of called me a fuckboy, and, like, she's playing me. She's asking me what I think about the waitress. Like, that's silly. That's silliness, because she just believed me. Give me the benefit of the doubt, Abby. Come on. I'm like, I'm not doing well. I feel like this is a trick question. No, I was just curious to see if we had the same taste in women. If we don't, is that a deal breaker? I wouldn't say that, but all right, yeah, she's cute. Okay, good. Deal enact. Wait. Haha. The waitress puts your drinks onto the table. Here you go. Abby's drinks doesn't have a straw. She's not going to say anything. What would she want me to? I'll check you in a bit. Okay, so so if I ask her for a straw, that might imply that I might want to overwork the waitress, and Abby might be upset with me because she might think that I'm overworking the waitress if I ask the waitress to get her a straw. But if I offer Abby my straw, that's kind of nice. Like, I'm generously giving her a straw, and I'm also remembering that she wanted a straw. So I'm gonna go with you. You can have my straw. Abby plucks it from your glass. Thanks. Very observant of you, new boy. Not bad. Maybe there's hope for you after all. Thank you. That'll be all, miss. You see, I gained a point with her. What the hell? Do you know her? Oh, do you know her? Maybe. Yeah, that's my best friend, Rachel. Haha. Did I have this part out? Did I leave this part out? I guess that's why you wanted to come here. She's my backup, but a little too protective at times. You pushed her you pushed her testo, so you're good. The straw? Yeah. Abby sips her whiskey. She's drinking a whiskey next to like juice box. I really need to not fuck this up. Okay, so I'm really glad I passed the test. I think because again, I was being observant and considerate of her, and that's what she wants. And these are good qualities to look for in people, but I don't believe, like, if I was on a date with a guy, I wouldn't test him, you know? I don't think it's good to test people. Like, I think it's good to just talk with them and get to know them, get to see their interests, their values, their opinions, like, you know, how they think. I don't like these ridiculous mind games. Like if I was dating a guy, like, I wouldn't want these mind games, these tests, these whatever, you know, like, because I want to get to know the person. I feel like these distractions, these games, these like tricks or whatever, they seem very, you know, like they how do I explain this? They just feel they feel like they're a roadblock between actually getting to know the person. Like, for one thing, let's say like I was on a date with a guy or whatever, and I was just testing him a billion times. Wouldn't that kind of make him like feel like at unease? He wouldn't feel, you know, at ease with me. He would feel just kind of, you know, like I'm just being annoying. Like, you know, again, I want to get to know the person. That's what matters the most. Because a guy can pass, and another thing is that the test isn't always that good, because a guy can pass all of your tests and he just happens to be an observant, you know, considerate person, but maybe he's just, you know, like maybe he really is just a player, so he kind of learned to be considerate. So the test doesn't always mean that the person's a good person. He could simply just be, you know, a particularly observant person that only wants to hook up. So you see how, like, so again, like, I think it's just better just to know the person, to see their values, their interests, or whatever. Like, that is the most important thing. These little mind games, these tests seem so frivolous and very deceptive. And if anything, they actually make you look like a bad person, you know, because you're deceiving the other person. And doesn't that kind of put you in a bad life? Like, oh, I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm gonna like calculate you, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't seem like I understand why she does it. She wants an observant and considerate person, is what I'm getting at so far. But I believe the way that Abby is going about trying to find an observant, considerate, you know, boyfriend or whatever, isn't really that productive. Like, you know, like, getting to know the person's probably better. All right, anyway, okay, that was a super long rant. But this is interesting. This is fun. Okay, so, wasn't supposed to snow tonight. Do you come here a lot? How did you meet Rachel? Okay, so, do you think it will snow tonight? That seems like a really boring question. That's kind of irrelevant to anything. Do you come here a lot? Okay, she might start to think, oh my gosh, do you think I'm a slut that I meet with tons of guys? But how did you meet Rachel? Sounds like the safest option, because it's just kind of a mutual, like, you know, how did you meet your friend? Like, so I'm gonna go with this option because it seems like the safest. Oh God, we go way back. Like 8th grade back. Damn. If you never forget how if you never forget how we met though, I'll never forget. Uh Partly because we end up talking about it every couple of years. We had an English class together, and we had some kind of timid, tired essay or something. My pencil broke, so I was freaking out. Timed essay. Rachel sat behind me and always had a stupid amount of pencils for some reason. But I didn't have to ask her because I thought she didn't like me. Somehow she realized what happened and handed me one without saying anything. Literally no one in the room said a word, but the teachers are like, Abby, talking during the essay. We still laugh about how much of a bitch that teacher was. But yeah, Rachel's had my back ever since. That's awesome that you stayed close. I don't have any friends from that far back. Same, Max, same. Tell me about your family then. She shifts in her seat to get more comfortable. Well, I have a mom and dad. Oh, interesting, huh? I have a sister too. I like all of them. My sister's hilarious. They're all funny, actually. Must be genetic, right? Obviously. I'm at this annoying age where I realize how much I like my parents I am. It's so weird thinking back. They never forced me to do or be anything. But here I am, an engineer just like them. I chose to do that. At least I think I did. Wait, so both your parents are engineers too? What? Yeah, we work in different fields, but still. That's how they met. I wouldn't say my parents forced me to go a certain way, but they definitely pushed. My dad's a dentist, and he always wanted me to work with him. He spent years trying to sell me on it. He offered to pay for college too if I entered a dental program. I didn't have any better idea, so that's what I did. But sometimes something ate away at me. Like, that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, you know? Okay, this is good. I'm so happy I asked her about Rachel, because if I had not asked her about Rachel, I would not have gotten that story. She wouldn't have asked about family. It's like we're opening up and we're connecting. This is actually pretty awesome. Like, we're kind of, like there's a bit of a connection here. Like, Abby, this is great. We're clicking. We're opening up a little bit. This is awesome. Okay, so my two options are, what did you want to be doing? Or, yeah, I get that. Still, would have been a good backup, though. Okay, so I think with the second option, it feels kind of like I'm sort of disregarding what she said. I'm kind of like just being like, whatever, I don't care. Like, she kind of opened up to me just now. She said, it doesn't feel right. So I think it's wrong for me to kind of disregard that by saying, oh, yeah, I get that, whatever. So I'm going to go with, what did you want to be doing? Like, I want to kind of get to know her more. Like, I want to kind of get more in depth into what she's thinking. So I'm going to go for the first option. I had no idea at first, but something happened a couple years and that just got me thinking, I guess. Rachel and I had this long talk about something she was going through. We talked all night about it. And the next day, she said something very sincere to me. Keep in mind, this is rare for her. What did she say? She said, thank you, that I helped her see things from a different perspective. She said I was a good listener. I know she's my best friend, but she didn't have to say that. So then I started to think maybe I could help other people too. Like a therapist? Something like that, yeah. I haven't really pursued that yet though. But yeah, I dropped out at the end of my sophomore year. And even though my dad wasn't very happy about it, he told me I could come work with him anyway as an assistant. It's a decent job, but I've been here almost 3 years now. But I'm still trying to figure out what's next for me. Oh no. Okay, so she kind of opened up quite a lot, which is like pretty surprising. Like, I wasn't really knowing what to expect, but I actually. Okay, another thing is that I don't know why like they say like, oh, she's sitting in her seat, yet she's just standing there. Like, come on, I want this girl to be like sitting, and I want to like look across from her and have her like sip her drink periodically. Like, come on, put a little bit more effort into this dating sim, because this is kind of interesting. Do you like living around here? What about your mom? Okay, so all right, so if I ask, do you like living around here? That has nothing to do with what she had just said. So that might feel like I'm disregarding what she had said, which is not a cool thing to do. So I'm on the same strand of her opening up about her family and friends, I'm going to be asking about her mom. Because if I ask her the first question, it can indirectly feel like I'm disregarding, what she had just said. It's kind of like when someone opens up and you just change the topic completely. You feel like, well, I'm not going to open up to this person again. So I'm going to go with asking about her mom. We got along fine. I was just more of a daddy's girl growing up. Same, Abby, same. She cooks literally all the time. Oh, that's me and my mom. Like, I called her right this second. I swear she'd be baking something. Please tell me the cooking gene got passed down. I'm afraid not. Of course. I mean, I'm competent enough to follow a recipe. No, that won't do. Listen to you. Like you cook. Haha. You're ridiculous. Oh. So much for gender roles. Oh, you're just looking for someone to cook and clean? Oh, come on, girl. You've been jumping to assumptions. Exactly. What? Don't worry. You'll get that traditional housewife, even if you have to change everything about myself. Phew, thank you for being so understanding. Serious question though, what did you mean earlier about girly drinks? My opinion on most political and social issues usually isn't very popular. Why is that? I hope this problem when I form my own opinions about things. Yeah, that'll get you in trouble. Most people seem to just fight for whatever ideas their side believes in. And if you don't agree with every detail of those ideas, then you're basically the enemy. Oh my God, thank you, Abby. Thank you. I don't want you to hate me. Oh my God, okay. Whatever I thought about Abby here, okay, I was kind of getting a little worried about her. Like, she was, kind of sending me mixed signals. She was, talking. She was kind of, bringing focus to her breast. She was opening up about her family, which kind of, made her feel more, fully dimensional. She was accusing me of sexism. But when she said this, when she said, you should not agree with every little thing. Like, you can't just see people as the enemy just because they don't agree with every little thing. Oh my gosh, Abby, you are my girl. You are awesome. I have so much respect for this girl now. I have so much more respect for Abby. Holy shit, Abby, you are, I like you. You're cool. Okay? You're cool. Wow, I didn't know I'd get this excited over a dating simulator. Okay, I won't hate you. Let's hear it. Or maybe it's better if you don't. No, I want to hear her opinion. I was ranting earlier about, you should get to know someone, and that's the most important thing. But now this is we are actually getting to know each other. This is great. Okay, yes, of course I want to hear your opinion. In fact, if I'm talking with a guy or whatever, a girl or just anyone, I want to hear their opinion, hear their thoughts on things. That's awesome. So we're born male or female and sometimes intersex. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. That's biology. Just beyond that, people should look, act, drink, whatever and however they want. Honestly, I don't see the point in using gender labels at all. What? How about you just are what you are? And anyone who has a problem with that can fuck off. Makes sense to me. Well, good. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, but if we agree on that, I think we can leave it there for now. You know, all the talk about gender is really making me want to kick your ass at darts. Or pool, either way. Okay, she does acknowledge that, you know, men or women are biologically whatever, but I'm not into the whole label thing. Like, I am into, like, label. Like, you know, I want to be, like, a woman. I want to see, like, as a woman. I want to act like a woman. I want to embrace my femininity. It doesn't mean I'm, like, restricted completely to femininity. It doesn't mean I can't stand up for myself and have opinions, like, you know, like, be assertive. I mean, obviously, like, look at me, like, you know, right now. I'm, like, giving every opinion I have because, you know, like, you know, but I overall think it's important to embrace your masculinity, important to embrace your femininity, but it's also important to acknowledge that you should have multiple traits of the spectrum. Like, for instance, if I was, like, the most stereotypical woman, I would, you know, just be passive and only speak when spoken to or whatever, like, in an extreme case. But that's not me. That's not who I want to be. But at the same time, I do pride myself in cooking and, you know, like, you know, cooking and, like, you know, like, you know, being, like, empathetic and, like, well, I don't know how empathetic I am. I don't want to toot my own horn. You know, like, being reasonably feminine to a certain extent. Like, it's okay to embrace your femininity, but also acknowledge that it's important to exhibit some level of masculine traits. Because, you know, again, like, right now, I'm being very assertive and opinionated. And it is good. You know, I want to be like that. Let's shoot some pool. Let's play darts. Okay, so darts, they seem a little bit dangerous. I think pool sounds nicer. Sounds good. I'll go set everything up. You don't have to do that. Oh, so nice. I've been coming here longer than anyone, so they won't mind. Oh. Can you get a couple more drinks? Sure. We approach the bar and find Rachel finishing someone's order. She looks at you next. Hit me again. You turn to the man sitting next to you, slouch over his empty glass. Tom, right? We'll be with you in a sec. Honey, I'm not in line. Just pour me another real quick. Sorry, did you cut me off and to keep talking? He hangs his head in defeat. Rachel swipes the receipt from the counter, mumbling to herself. We're on a roll with shitty tips tonight. Anyway, what can I get for you? Another whiskey and Cosmo. She prepares the drinks, occasionally glancing up at you. You seem like an okay dude, but honestly, it's not looking good for you. Really? She sets the drinks on the bar top. Yeah, I'm just not sure that you're her type. That's all. You peek at the games area where Abby's talking to a guy. And some other guy trying to swoop in doesn't help. You should tell him to stay away from her. Okay, I have mixed feelings. Okay, I am kind of iffy on this. Okay, I had a lot of respect for Abby for having opinions and, like, you know, like the whole, like, you're the enemy or whatever. Like, she kind of pointed that out. She kind of pointed out some bullshit, which I think is good. You know, you don't have to agree with everyone on everything. I completely agree with her, but now I'm kind of losing respect for her again because she's kind of talking with another guy. Like, you know, isn't that kind of, like, that's not really, that's kind of tactless, you know? It's like, you go on a date with a guy, like, at least talk to him for maybe an hour, and if you don't have chemistry, if you don't, like, click, you don't click or whatever, that's just understandable, but, like, don't come on, don't talk to another guy. You can talk to another guy literally any other day. Like, your only obligation is maybe an hour or so of talking. You don't have chemistry, you leave. But I mean, at least have the decency to give that 1 hour, you know? I'm not worried about it, or I plan on it. Okay, so Abby, I get the impression Abby might be testing me again. You know, she might be like, oh, I want this guy to, like, fight for me and be invested in me. So, I was like, oh, I don't want a guy that's a pushover. Or I plan on it. I guess I can just simply, go up and talk to her again, You hand Abby her drink. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't realize you were with someone. Right. I'm Kyle. He reaches out to shake your hand, but you ignore it. I know what you're trying to do, man. Have a friendly conversation? You need to stay away from Abby. What? Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Excuse me? What? We're on a date. Yes, but dude. Kyle, give us a sec. Give us a second? Yeah, of course. No, he waits nearby, suiting up in white knight armor. I was nice talking with you, but I've done this whole thing before. Not exactly what I'm looking for right now. I think you're overreacting. Kind of a deja vu for me too, actually. I don't ever need someone to decide who I can and can't spend time with. But apparently it's not in the first fucking date. Okay, I get it. Could you just leave, please? I will if you don't. Fine. You grab your jacket and head out into the snow. You walk up to your car and riddled with thoughts about what you might do differently if you had a second chance. Oh, Remph games. Okay, that was interesting. That was really, really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna give my thoughts on this. Okay, overall, I personally would not act like Abby. Again, I want to be straight up. I don't like I think this is where I'm fucked up at the end. I talked with Rachel. Okay, so basically, Abby just did not like me, within our brief conversation. And she just kind of wanted to talk to another guy, and she just kind of disregarded me. She kind of threw me into the scrap heap. And I think that's kind of, yes, I get it. Like, I get it. You don't want to, like, waste time with someone who's incompatible. I totally understand it. I do, and I would do that myself. But come on, at least give this guy the full hour of the date. At least, talk to this guy and don't you kind of, he came all the way to, to this bar to come see you. He possibly even paid for your drink. Don't you kind of owe it to him to at least, spend the full, 1-2 hours talking? Another thing is that, you and Abby, Abby and I, we were just talking for not that long. I mean, it does take a long time to get to know someone. Like, I think within 1 to 2 conversations, longer conversations, you can kind of gauge whether the person's a good fit or not, And so I think this girl kind of disregarded me too fast. And she kind of was, like, playing me. Like, even in the beginning, she had the test with the straw, and maybe she had the test with, like, other things. And I just think what's kind of going to get in the way of someone like Abby getting the fulfilling relationship she wants is she lacks directness, and she is also she kind of jumped to conclusions a little bit too fast. She jumps to conclusions and she lacks directness. And those two things, can lead to her internalizing, me being an asshole, me like Max being a jerk, and I think it's just important to like communicate openly about things, or like openly about opinions, openly about like everything, don't play mind games, and, like don't disregard people that quickly. Like, for instance, let's say I'm talking with a guy or whatever, and I feel like I'm just interviewing him. I'm asking questions. He's not asking me any questions. And if I don't ask a question, it's like dead silence. Like, that's annoying as hell. And I just kind of disregard those people because they just can't carry a conversation. It feels so one-sided. It feels like an interview. That sucks. I hate that. But in this conversation between me and Abby, we were kind of getting to some deeper things. Like, she told me about her friend. I told her about my family. We talked about families and jobs and kind of opened up a little bit. So I feel it's kind of sad that Abby wasn't willing to kind of, get to know me on a deeper level. Like, she was kind of impatient, if that makes sense. Like, she's just kind of like, well, I didn't have chemistry with him right away, so therefore I don't like him. Like, I think that's a little bit kind of fast, Like, I mean, come on, give me a chance, girl. Like, I bought you some drinks, we were opening up, we were talking, getting to know someone and really getting to know someone and, like them, that takes a lot of time and effort. Let me think. Yeah, again, it does, okay, I'm contradicting myself. All right, I'm gonna say this. If the conversation feels super one-sided and the person's just kind of like, kind of dead, they're kind of a dead leaf, yes, you can discard them after like an hour or so because they're just boring as hell. You're basically just interviewing them. However, if you are connecting on a reasonably good level in the way that Abby and I were connecting over this simulated date, I think giving, me, Max, another chance, or at least a longer chance, would have been nice, So that's what I think. Because we were opening up and talking about kind of deeper topics. So I'm very disappointed that Abby was so fast to disregard me. That feels kind of sad. And like, maybe I might have gone as far as to say that I feel like she kind of used me for drinks. I paid for the drinks, so just kind of used me for that. That's not cool. I think the dating simulator was kind of interesting. I don't really relate to it very much because, I'm a woman. I'm not a guy. I'm a girl. I'm not sure how realistic this is. I mean, because, everyone's different. I know girls who are not like this at all, who are super direct. I know girls who are like this. I know girls who are completely different. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to kind of box us in, if that makes sense. Any other thoughts? It was interesting. It was fun. I liked analyzing all the other options. I like analyzing, this situation and everything. I thought it was interesting and fun. What do I think of Abby overall? I think she has some good qualities, and like, she kind of opened up about her family and whatever, but I definitely think like she's just kind of not the nicest girl, to be honest. I don't know, she just kind of lacked directness. She played mind games. She kind of did some tests. She lacked directness. She disregarded me too quickly. Like, those three things kind of hurt my feelings. That sucks. So, yeah, Abby, I'm sorry, girl, but I don't like you. I mean, I appreciate your opinions on certain things. I kind of have mixed feelings towards her. I appreciate, her views on whatever. But those three things, those three things are not good qualities. So this was pretty fun. These are my overall thoughts on this game. I don't think I have any more thoughts. The dialogue for Max was pretty good. It was kind of simple, which was good. You kind of want to feel more like a blank slate. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun game.